I am Melissa Bowman with Stark County Pulse. I have the pleasure of speaking with Hayden Porter's family. We're going to discuss Hayden and the foundation that they have created in helping in stopping teen suicide. If everyone could take a moment and introduce yourselves and your relationship to Hayden.
My name is Sean Porter. I'm Hayden's father.
Ashley Jones, I'm Hayden's mother.
I'm Dean Porter, Hayden's grandfather.
I'm Tiffany Poirier, Hayden's aunt.
I'm Michelle Welch, Hayden's grandmother.
I'm Randy Porter, Hayden's step-grandma.
Thank you so very much for coming and telling us about the foundation and celebrating Hayden with us. As I said when you first walked in, that the community's behind you. I'm getting teared up right now just thinking about Hayden, and like I said, I didn't have the opportunity to know him, but I've heard from students in the community how wonderful of a kid he was. And I'm so happy to be able to be here to celebrate with you guys and find out more about the foundation that you've created in his name. So, can you tell me who Hayden was? What kind of kid he was? What he liked to do? Go ahead.
Hayden was a great kid, a really good kid, lovable, easy to get along with kid. Didn't cause me a whole lot of trouble. He loved to fish, swim, play with his friends, just like any other teen. Skating, like go skating with the girls.
That's always a fun thing to do when you're a young boy.
Hayden was always the jokester. He always had something to say, or he was always so funny. He would make you laugh at the times you didn't want to.
That's awesome. Any of you want to add anything?
Well, all I can say is he, like as we said, he always made us laugh. And he loved his brothers and sisters. If you look at these pictures, he's holding them, playing with them. That was...
He was always the one that was holding the little one. And I have a daughter who's 9, and he always almost treated her as that she was a peer to him. He would talk to her and listen to her. Not like she was just a little kid, but she was his friend, and I really appreciated that.
That's beautiful.
He was everybody's light of their life. He always made sure you were smiling, always made sure you were happy, always worried about if you were smiling or happy, always wanted to make everybody a better person, always saw the positive. He was just an extraordinary young man, extraordinary.
And building on that, I think it's important to add one of the best things about Hayden is he was always looking out for everyone else.
Everyone.
He always protected his brothers and sisters and
His family.
His mom and dad.
Ever since I came into the family, he welcomed me with open arms. He was a smart aleck, but jokingly, you know, he would pick at you, and if you were picking at him, he would pick back. I mean, it was a game for all of us. So, I mean, he was a wonderful person, wonderful young man that he was growing into. We took him out driving for the first time in our car, and I, of course, was holding on to the seat for when he was driving, but he was doing pretty good. So, but he was always fun to be around. Great kid.
That's great to hear the awesome things about him. And I always think the positive of what can get me through a tough day after losing someone. And I know that those cherished memories help me throughout tough times. So I hope that you hold on to those and it continues to help you as well. What's your favorite memory of Hayden? And anyone can start.
There's a lot of memories, but
You just want to talk about the foundation?
I would say the thing I'm going to miss most is just like the little stuff, like us sitting on the couch and messing around with each other. And, you know, ever since he got taller than me, he thought he was tougher than me, so I had to remind him that it wasn't. Every once in a while.
Might have been tougher than you.
But one of the things I remember most is we would go to Cedar Point all the time. And the first roller coaster he rode, he was 6 years old, and it was the 20th year anniversary of the Magnum, which was actually the first year I rode a roller coaster.
Oh, wow.
The first year it came out, when I was 6 years old. So that was kind of cool for me. And also when we went one year, we bought those fast passes. It was just me and him. We went, and you know, so we were hitting coasters, go after coaster. We get in line for a coaster. He's like, "Dad, I gotta throw up." So we get out of line, throws up, and I'm like, "Well, come on, let's do a take a break." He said, "No, we ain't taking no break. We got right back in line and rode the coaster."
I think, you know, just over the years of me not knowing technology and stuff, and him just making fun of me and just telling me, "You're so slow, Mom. You're so slow. Hayden, just do it for me." And, you know, my whole phone is locked. I don't know any of my passwords. I have to go to the phone store now because I can't do anything. Like, I can't download nothing, anything, because he did it all for me. So he was always good at making sure Mom had her phone and her passwords together.
We always like to give Dad gifts for Christmas. And 2 years ago, he let us go to their house, so we wrapped it up and gave it to him for Christmas. Last Christmas, I gave a 5x7 picture of me. And every kid gets a picture of their grandfather. He didn't take it when he left the house. He said, "I don't want it."
He probably wouldn't be happy with me for this one, but he told me pretty recently that if he ever became a rapper, he'd want his rap name to be Little Toenail. So my daughter and I teased him pretty bad about that. And I think my favorite memory of Hayden, though, was last Christmas. We were sitting down in the basement at my mom's house, and it was just us down there, everyone else was upstairs, and he was talking to me about going to school, going to college. He's like, "Were you the first person in your family to go to college?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "I'm going to go to college too." And he was telling me that he wanted to be an investment banker. And he seemed so optimistic and positive about his future and how he was excited to go to college and be an investment banker.
I would say my favorite memories of Hayden was when it was just me and him. I mean, we were like this, and he would tell me everything. We would talk about the goofiest things, the most serious things, everything that was going on, and we'd always tease each other because I would always tell him, you know, "I got a lot of stuff on you," because I was allowed to tell Mom and Dad, you know, "You just better behave. I got a lot of stuff on you." And he was such a deep soul, and he just, I don't know, the talks I've never been with someone where I just never wanted him to quit talking, and he never wanted me to quit talking. I mean, we were just like waiting for each other to talk and talk and talk, and we just round about, you know, funny things, sad things, what's going on, and I'm going to miss that so much. I'm going to miss that so much.
I guess my favorite memory would be when we first moved into the house we're in now. It was Thanksgiving, and it was actually nice weather outside, and all the kids were outside playing football, and watching them out there playing football, and he would go to tackle his Aunt Ashley, and once he got on top of her, then the other kids dog piled on top of her, so watching them all have fun like that is one of my favorite memories.
Those are great memories to hold on to, and I know this is hard, and we didn't mean for this to be hard. You guys are still grieving, but I can tell you on an optimistic note, I think by doing this and showing your raw emotion, that is going to help families who are currently going through the same thing and who may have children who are contemplating the inevitable. And I think in some way, this raw emotion is going to reach more people than just having a snippet of a story on a news channel. And that's why we're involved with this organization, to help bring things to light and help people in the community see the effects of good and or sad events. So do know we don't mean this to be hard.
It's a good way of showing the people that might consider suicide what it does to the families left behind.
Absolutely. Now, can you tell me what the Hayden Porter Foundation is?
We wanted to start something for the community to support those who are affected by suicide and to prevent anyone else from wanting to take their own lives. And one of the things we especially wanted to do was to let the teens in the community have a voice and be part of giving us ideas of what they think that they need and how they feel that they need to be supported, because I feel that adults are very disconnected from the teens these days. What they're going through is vastly different than anything we ever experienced when we were teenagers. So we need to follow their lead in what forms of help they feel that they need. I guess I'm just going to the next question.
Okay. Actually, and also blame on that, we want to make it peer-to-peer, where they talk to other students. We felt that students talk to students more than they talk to adults or teachers. They're more willing to open up to them. They're more willing to tell, how they feel, what they're thinking. And that's one thing we want to do, is try to get students trained to learn how to talk to these
Actively
kids.
listen and,
Yes, we looked into.
and read beyond what they're saying, like adult counselors are, but in a smaller level.
And I've looked into and spoke to some educators regarding developing a training curriculum about suicide prevention training, but also active listening, communication skills. And we spoke to the principal at Perry High School, and we're going to implement the peer-to-peer mentoring next year. And during the summer, we're going to have this training in place for the students so that they know what they're dealing with, and that they also have a grasp of how to talk to people and also how to get people to talk to them.
And I do want to say this, that like I said, Tiffany and I sat down and talked to the principal. Perry High School has been fantastic and wanting to help us out. They're willing to do whatever they can to help us out. I've heard a lot of people say that the school's sweeping under the rug, and I can tell you right now, they're not. They are hurting as bad as we are. So.
That's good to
and
hear.
they're
that
helping
you have
us
their support.
100%. They're behind us 100%.
Good.
But what we've found is the schools are just so overwhelmed by everything that's been happening and that goes on in the schools that they might miss something. So by us coming from the outside in, we're going to be able to be the voice and the eyes and the ears that the school can't do. So that if we do see a problem, we can contact the family of the child that's having the problem and get them all together into a group for counseling or whatever it is they need. So it doesn't always fall on the school's shoulders, so the school's not always the one being pointed at as being the bad guy.
That's
So
wonderful.
that's why we
that
want to do it this way.
you're taking that approach to the foundation. Now, Hayden had some friends on Fox 8.
Yes.
Are they part of this peer-to-peer group?
Right now, they're a little bit raw still, so
Of
we're
course.
kind of letting them heal. But yes,
They do
Tiffany
want-
has
They
one
do want to
line
be
that
part
she
of
really
it.
wants.
Okay.
And they have been a big instrument in getting all this started.
When we first mentioned it to them, they're the ones that said, yeah, we want to help, we want to be a part of it.
Good.
So they are going to be a part of this group also.
We've also talked to some other students from Perry that want to be involved in it. I mean, the support is there, and right now Tiffany and principal are working on a curriculum. It's in the process, it's in the infancy stages.
Of course.
But we have to start somewhere, and it's not something that we're just going to let go by the wayside. It's going to happen. It's just a matter of getting everything in place and getting all our ducks in a row.
And that's why we have the rest of the school year in the summer to properly make sure everyone's trained. Although it's peer-to-peer mentoring, obviously we do need licensed counselors on board at all times so that the students can have someone that they can talk to if something gets deeper than even they can handle. So we've spoke to professionals. We got some that are going to volunteer their time to help out with the program. We're looking into more because we don't want this to be a second full-time job or any of the volunteers. So the more we find, the better.
That's wonderful. And I think that's one of our other questions. Just not certain where it's at.
We skipped around.
I think we kind of covered a lot of the questions. So the ultimate goal or goals for the foundation is to raise money to help in...
Well, initially we want to start the mentoring program at the Perry schools. And then we want to implement that program at other schools and other districts. But beyond that, we want to offer scholarships to volunteer mentors who do an outstanding job and possibly want to pursue higher education in helping people or counseling. And we also would want to offer, we also are looking to offer, I guess it would be counseling scholarships. I don't exactly. We also would like to pay for counseling services to troubled teens who might not be able to afford it otherwise.
And to help the families that would ever have to go through this again.
So while it's starting as a peer-to-peer mentoring program, we want to expand it further.
You've got several different branches of the foundation that you're going to institute. Okay.
It's like I said the other day, we got to take baby steps, and eventually we're going to fly, and we're going to spread
the sky's the limit.
Right. And that's what we're trying to get to.
I'm just tingling all over. It's just so warming to see a family that's going through the emotional distress that you all are facing right now. It's going to be a long road of healing, but this, I think, is probably the best I've seen in keeping Hayden's name or a child's name alive, and he's helping others, even though he's not here with you anymore. He's helping others.
Yeah, he would want us to do that 100%.
Just from what you've said of him caring for his siblings and his cousin, it sounds like
if you look over all these pictures, 90% of them you'll see him holding one of the babies or playing with one of the kids or punching.
He loved being with his family. I'd pick him up and take him to the beach, and I'm like, don't your friends make fun of you for being with this old woman? And he goes, no, Mom, they know. I want to be here.
We made
From Grandma, I'm sorry. But yeah, he was an old soul. I mean, he knew it was important. He really, really did.
Well, this is, you should be proud of yourselves, and I'm sure that Hayden is smiling ear to ear that you all are keeping his name alive and helping others the way he's done in the community thus far. Okay, so you've reached out to professionals in helping with building the foundation as far as the counselors and
educators
with the curriculum, correct? Are you able to tell us who they're associated with? Do you want to put that out there just yet?
I don't think we should right now. We don't have all the
I don't think we should go there.
Okay.
Because we haven't got any definite commitments.
Okay.
I mean, we will say, like, who did you talk to the other day, the people you went and saw?
We went to the Project Believe events at Canton Palace Theater, and we met with Alex, Simon.
He made us stay. He wanted to talk to us, and he said he will do anything to help us. And we just thought it
So
was.
we got support from other people. I just wish we could move faster.
Or know
But we
which
can't.
direction. It's hard to know, and we want to help people. I don't want anyone to ever have to go through this. But we don't exactly know the avenues to take, but I mean, she is like, and she has a full-time job. She's a lawyer, so she has a lot on her plate, and she has really, this has really become a,
She is making me work too hard.
You know,
we're all trying to
working
work
very
together.
hard.
Yeah.
one of the counselors I talked to works at one of the schools and all that. That's why it's probably not necessary to put
And
all their
also,
information out there.
That's what I was
Mrs.
gonna say,
Parks.
do you want to mention? Mrs.
Yeah,
Parks?
my youngest son's grandmother is on board. She's going to help. She's a counselor. She's on. She helps at, or she works for Kansas City Schools, but I actually owns.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, we wanted to give you the opportunity to acknowledge if you
she's
could
fully
or
on
wanted
board.
to.
So we're just waiting. We just need to meet with them.
That's wonderful.
Kind of get that all set up. So we're lucky to kind of have that there. So
Absolutely, good,
No,
awesome.
the one thing that I guess we should say is, this is a certified foundation. All the paperwork has been filed. We got
Tax exempt.
all tax. We got everything we need to go. So if people think it, is it real? It is. It's all. It's.
We're gonna make it,
it's
we're
legit.
gonna make it known. We are going to make it known. And we are going to help other people.
Well, with the surrounding communities that have experienced in the last couple of weeks, which are currently experiencing, there's plenty of areas just here in Stark County. So once it gets large enough, I'm sure there's plenty of other areas in the state
I hope we can.
that you can reach, which is just impressive and amazing. I'm just so excited for you and to see what you accomplish in Hayden's name with this foundation. Once I saw it on Facebook, I contacted her immediately. I said, we have to talk to them. We have to talk to them. We've got to help get this out there.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
You were the one that contacted me originally.
Yes.
You know, it's been very heartwarming to see all the support we've been getting from everybody. I mean, it's been spread throughout states even. I mean, we've been contacted from people from Oregon and
Oh.
down south somewhere. And I mean, we've heard from people all over. So it's been
That's
very
wonderful.
And even
heartwarming to see all this.
anyone I've asked to help with something has not only been willing to help themselves, but have given me the names of 3 other people I can contact. So I spoke to, one of my friends is a professor at Stark State, and I reached out to her to help me, or she knew someone to help me develop these training curriculums. And she gave me 4 people in the counseling department that said these people could probably help you. So it's great to know that even if the person I contact is unable to help, they'll lead me in the right direction. And everyone's been so great with
And to
that.
be honest with you, if anybody has any ideas that can lead us to certain people, we're
We're
open.
open. Because we just want to help.
We're not saying we know everything.
No, we don't.
We're not even close.
No.
We know where we want to go. What's that?
I said, speak for yourself.
And this is where Hayden got his smart aleck attitude from.
We know where we want to go, but we know how we want to get there, but it's going to take time to get there.
It does take time. I have not been part of a foundation such as this, but I have been in charge of a 501c3 fundraising, and the end-all goal was to be able to take care of a team of 100 kids and coaches. So even though it's a completely different spectrum, it's still the same avenue of work.
Right.
It's a lot of work. It is a full-time volunteer job, but it's so worth it when you can see the smiles on someone's faces, you can see a change in someone's life, you can see the amount of people that are coming out to help that you may not even know. I'm here, I just met you, I'm willing to help you. You just let me know. I've run fundraisers for 2 years, so I can help in that aspect
Good.
as well.
we
We
have
will use
quite a
you.
few coming up. So we might
Good, well,
need your help.
that's on the list of questions,
We
great.
will use you.
Well, I'm no longer helping with football as often, so, and my son's going off to college, so you got me, except for Saturday afternoons when he's on the field. We're good. So I'm giving you my help right now. All right. So we talked about the funds being raised, what they're going towards, and examples of what you'd use the funds on. We've already covered that. Now, your events. You've got at least 2 I've seen on Facebook. You've got the
We got
Texas
one every
Hold'em.
month through June.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys
We're
are
having a
busy.
poker tournament, the 24th.
February 24th, we're having a Texas Hold'em poker tournament. It's gonna be at the KFC Knights of Columbus on Perry Drive. I know I gave you guys a flyer on it, but it's a $75 buy-in, 25 goes towards the foundation, 50 goes towards the prize pool. We're also gonna be raffling off baskets. We're doing a 50-50. I've got gift certificates we're gonna be raffling off, so it's gonna be a big fun event.
There's gonna be food there.
There's going to be lots of
It'll be
food
fun.
there. If this gets out there before then and anyone wants to come, we do ask that there's an RSVP because we only have 50 seats for the
Okay.
tournament.
Do you know how many more you have to sell?
About 25.
Yeah,
25.
We're about halfway, there are 50.
Okay.
We're also having a fundraiser at Tiger Town with Ashley Hillwood. She can tell you more about that.
Yeah, that'll be March 12th from 6 to 9,
Yeah, 6 to 9.
which is a Monday. 10% goes towards the foundation.
Of purchases in
Purchases,
the store?
yeah.
Okay.
Food purchases.
Food purchases?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, of course, we'll have raffle baskets 50-50.
Okay.
Just ask them to come out and help.
And then in
And
May,
right,
Not mall.
Oh, yeah, you're on, we skipped that.
my friend Andy Hopp runs the Odd Malls, and we're going to have a booth at the Odd Mall where we're going to, we have people making some crafts for us, so we'll be selling jewelry. My sister is crocheting hats, and we're going to have t-shirts, bracelets. So if anyone
And
wants
when
to,
is
The t-shirts.
that is February,
next Saturday.
next Saturday and Sunday from 10 to 6.
And where is
it
the Odd Mall?
At the
Canton Center.
Canton's Cultural Center for the Arts?
Yes.
Is that the proper
Canton
term?
Cultural Center for the Arts.
On Market?
Mhm.
Okay.
And it's a really fun event, so if anyone wants to come out to that, that
And
would
we're
be
doing that
great.
again in May.
We will be doing that again in May, but I do not have the exact date of that yet. There are
Okay.
several odd malls throughout the year.
And the times again?
6 to 10.
6 to
10
10?
to 6.
10
10
to
to
6.
10 in the morning to 6 at night.
If it's 6 to 10, I think we'll be at 6 o'clock.
It is 10 to 6 on Saturday and Sunday.
Okay. And Tiger Town, where is that located
It's
at?
on
3rd Street.
3rd Street in Maslin. It's the old firehouse. Fire
Oh, did it exchange owners?
No, same owner,
Same,
different
just
name.
different name. Okay.
Different management.
And then
And
another
then
one
April
in April, we're
6th.
gonna have it at Sports
Game time.
Game Time in Perry Township, pretty much the same thing as Tiger Town. Only this will be for the Perry. Hayden was originally from Maslin, Ashley from Maslin. I'm originally from Maslin. I grew up in Perry, moved to Maslin, back to Perry, but, so I kind of support both schools. So Hayden was originally from Maslin. He's got a lot of friends in Maslin. Got a lot of friends in Perry, that's why we're having one in Maslin, one in Perry.
Okay.
Game time is April 6th from 6 to 9, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Also, same thing, 10% of the sales of the food will be going towards the foundation, and we're going to have raffles there and 50-50 also.
Okay, now for either one, because I've been to a couple of them at game time, I believe one you had to say that you were there for the event, and another you didn't. It was just anyone that came in. Do you know that's...
I believe it's anyone that's coming in.
Okay,
I
okay.
believe is how
Just to
they're
clarify in
We're
case we
not
get some
sure.
questions.
Yeah, that we're not totally positive about, but I believe it's for all sales.
Okay.
In the spring, we're planning on having a poker run.
That's in
June 24th.
24th.
She wants to do a 5K walk, a 5K run. I think that's great, but I will not be participating in. I don't want to drive 5K, let alone walk it, but a lot of people do like that.
And Ashley said he really enjoyed doing those.
Yes. He did.
You know, those are just things
He
that
did
are
'em. Oh, yeah.
in the planning stages right now.
We do have a website, and all of these events are going to be up on our website. The website's www.haydenstory.org.
And that's HAYDENSST.
All right, so we've answered all of those questions. Okay, now how can the community get involved to donate if they cannot come to the poker events or the dinners? Is there a GoFundMe or a PayPal or anything that they can donate?
On our website, we have a button where they can go to donate if they want to donate funds. We also are accepting donations of baskets for the raffles for all these upcoming events.
Okay, great.
Or gift certificates.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you need help from the community in any other way?
We'll need volunteers for especially the poker run because we're expecting it to be very large. So we're going to need lots of volunteers to kind of, because we're doing it for motorcycles and cars. So some people, you know, they want to participate and they, you know, don't have a motorcycle. So we're kind of doing two. So to keep those, you know, keep that separated and, you know, help us at the various stops and everything else, I think we're going to need some assistance with that. So.
Will you have any sign-up sheet on your website for?
Well, it'll just, you'll do that the day of. It'll be, you know, you'll know when it is, and then you'll know when the rain day is, and you sign up when you get there.
When you get there.
As far as volunteering or for the...
Oh, you mean volunteering?
Volunteering,
Oh, yeah, I guess
yes.
we didn't think about that.
Yeah.
We'll give a sign up. We'll put a sign up on the website prior if anyone wants to sign up to volunteer
For any of the events.
Yeah, we'll have to talk to our website.
And as far as what we would like from the community, if they can give us any ideas of, you know, what they think the community needs. We want to work with the community. We want to be, you know, work together. And so if they have any ideas, you know, or, because like I said, you know, if anyone would have said we would be sitting here, I would be like, no, that wouldn't be us. So, I mean, we just want to make it the community better. So if they have any ideas we can do to help these young children, you know, because our children are struggling, and that's just it, they're struggling.
And we're, in particular, we would very much love ideas from teens and students. We have a Facebook page, the Hayden Porter Foundation. Again, our website, www.haydenstory.org. If you can send us a message, a post, anything that you feel that we could do to help you, because ultimately that's who we're here for, is the children.
Is it just Facebook that you are on?
No, there's an actual website.
I think she's social.
Social media
social
wise,
media,
yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
We're all old school, so we all just use Facebook right now.
I only
figure out
asked
Twitter.
I only
Hayden's not here
asked.
to help us with the rest.
I only asked because most of the kids that I know don't even know what Facebook is. You know, a handful of them do, but most of them are on Snapchat or Instagram or Twitter. I know nothing about Twitter, so don't ask me any questions about that. But, you know, it's just an idea. You know, if you want to reach the masses, you may want to create an Instagram page.
Well, Instagram you can message now.
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
And we actually had this discussion recently about that we're not reaching out to their medium. Because I don't know what the team's medium is. I use Facebook. I use a web page. I don't barely know what Snapchat is.
You make phone calls.
Yeah, I use my phone.
You have conversation face to face.
But yes, we will have to look into that.
Yes.
Yeah,
Well,
And that would actually be an excellent opportunity if there are any students who would like to
you're right.
tell us,
Yeah.
tell us old people
How to do this
How to
and
use
get
social
it
media.
started, and so we can communicate, and that would be very helpful because
Hayden's sister would be a good one. That we
Yeah,
could
you're
put
right.
on
We'll
there.
get her.
Well, let me put it out there to some of the students that I know and see quite often and have them come up with some things.
I would
And
love that.
I'll have
Yeah, that'd be
someone get in contact with you guys, okay? Okay, we've talked about Oddmall, community. All right, so who can the community contact with questions about the foundation itself or its future events?
They can
Tiffany.
email me. My name is Tiffany Poirier I have several email addresses. You can reach me through the website. There's a contact on there. You can reach me through the Facebook Foundation page. You can also reach me at TLPORTE. Actually, I got another email address. I have so many email addresses. You can also email me at Hayden Porter Foundation at gmail.com. That's Hayden Porter Foundation at gmail.com.
Do you have Snapchat?
I do not have Snapchat.
They could also
Yes.
message any of us on the Facebook foundation page. We're all administrators.
You are?
For the
Okay.
Facebook.
Yeah, we're all-
So
okay. Great.
Any of the administrators for the Facebook, if they're on Facebook, can contact any one of us on there.
Great, that's great to know. Okay, now as far as a family facing the loss that you've experienced with Hayden, do you have any advice for other families suffering the loss of a teen or a loved one?
You can't go through it alone. Reach out to the people who love you. Reach out to your friends. Reach out to a doctor. Reach out to anyone, but just
Don't think you
try
can
to
do it alone.
I really wish there was a group, a meeting for us parents that have gone through this. I'm shocked that we don't have one because honestly, I mean, I've lost my mother and father and I thought that was pain. And then I look at my son and there is nothing worse than having a child go through this pain. And I can't even imagine the pain they're feeling. And that's the hardest for me because we went to a couple groups and it was helpful, I'm not gonna lie, but it's different. And I'm not saying that theirs isn't just as important but there's so much guilt with this one that unless I would just love to talk with the other parents, you know, and help each other heal because I don't know that anyone, like I said, I've never felt this pain. Never. No. And then it's really bad for the child. That's a lot of pain.
Do you think that the foundation could possibly put something like that together?
Well, I've tried to
parents?
talk to the leader of the foundation. And she seems to think that the parents aren't getting involved because they're in too much pain. So I have made it, you know, I even said to her, 2 days ago, I'm going to find out who these parents are. They can choose, because I wanted to get a t-shirt with all of their names on it. Because this should have never happened. And those kids are so special. And they're, I just, if they want to talk to me, then I'll talk, and if they don't, I won't. But I can't imagine that they wouldn't want to share pain with someone that feels the same pain. I mean, it's, but I did, 2 days ago? I said, I'm going to find out.
As far as the foundation doing something like that, that's something that we may look into down the road. But right now, our concentration is on getting help for the students.
So it doesn't keep happening to other parents and other
That's,
families.
I mean, that's our main concentration at this time. We don't want to branch off into 5, 6, 7 different things. We want to concentrate on our main goal, hit that, and then if that gets going strong, that's something we can look at down the road. But our thing is that these suicides, and it's not just a Perry, it's happening all over the place. They need to stop. And that's our main goal. They need
We can put
to
a stop to it, then this pain doesn't have to keep going out to other family members. So it's trying to save lives now. And then as a community, we will all heal and help each other heal through it.
And I will say this, if this helps save one child, just one, everything we did with it. So.
As far as our family getting through it, I know this is the most I've seen of everyone, almost a week. So we are trying to get through this together as a family, putting all of our thoughts and our emotions together, spending time with each other, and then of course this foundation is helping us also put our energy,
to know that you can help someone
into
else.
something so that we can heal and then hopefully help other people.
Well, again, it's remarkable, and it's definitely something that's touched us, and we're, what's the word I'm looking for? Touched that you are sharing Hayden and your ultimate goals of this foundation to help these precious children out here. You know, I've always said I don't know every child in the community, but they're all my kids, you know, because I'm in this community, I'm a mom, I see the kids. I don't care if I know your name, I love you, you know, because you're a kid, you know, and that's just the community. I think once they see the raw emotion and they hear the branches of the foundation that you are trying to start, I think it's just going to shed even more light on the good that you ultimately are going to be doing. Okay. All right, last but not least, and I think you may have just answered this, but I want to put it out there so the community knows that we did address it and talk about it. As a family, what advice or what message do you have for anyone who may have thoughts of suicide or harming themselves? Which we did answer as far as you can't do it alone, and to reach out and talk, and as far as being
and we
a
have
community.
to build their confidence. We have to,
Yeah.
these kids, I feel like they're kind of lost right now. I really feel like they're kind of lost. And they're such great kids. And, you know, at the funeral, I had never seen so many strapping boys and crying their eyes out. They're all hurting. You know, there's a lot of pain going on right now. And I think it's because of the way the world has changed, where everything is, you know, the world has really changed over the last 10 years with the media. But yeah, I think we need to build their confidence and make them know how special they are. And, you know, I don't think that we appreciate these children as much as we should, because they are our future and they are so good.
One thing that I'd like to say to people that are hearing this is, if you hear a friend talking about committing suicide, if he's depressed, tell somebody. They may get mad at you, but at least they'll be there to be mad at you. We feel if, you know, some of these kids, if one of their friends would have told their parents, or, you know, maybe something could have been done. And if they get mad at you, oh well, they'll get over it. But at least they'll be here to be mad at you. One thing I used to tell her all the time, I'd rather have her alive and mad at me than dead and love me. And that's true. At least they're here.
Couldn't have said anything of the sort better than that. And I'm sure through your help and the community involvement that you'll reach more than one child, and you'll save more than one child.
God willing.
Absolutely. Well, I think we are finished with our questions. If there's anything else you want the community to know, please feel free to speak up.
I just have one last thing, I'm sorry.
No, you don't
I need the
apologize.
community to know what wonderful parents that Hayden had. And he was so the person he was because of these two sitting right here. And I just need the community to know what great people they are. And raised a great child.
Well, the whole family has our love and support, and we will be there to help you however you need it. We are here at the Colonnade Room, which Katie was gracious enough to let us use. She actually hosts events here. So you've got another woman who's part of the community who loves these kids and wants to help however she can. So, you know, we thank you, Katie, for allowing us to use the hall. And again, you have our love and support. I didn't know Hayden, but like I just said, I love every single one of these kids in the community. And I know that he's very happy with what you guys are doing in his name. And I'm so pleased and honored to be in your presence and be able to get your message out to the community about Hayden's Foundation.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you guys for